Good evening, everyone, from Brooklyn, Mississippi. It's time for area high school baseball action as the Sumrall Bobcats on the road tonight, taking on the Forest County Agricultural High School Aggies. I'm Kelly Sander, along with producer engineer Jeremy Thompson, on a night that a lot of people didn't think that there would be baseball, but they had this infield tarped here in Brooklyn. The outfield was soggy through most of the day, but they've done a yeoman's job in getting it ready for play tonight. Especially important that this game get played because the weather forecast for tomorrow and Saturday doesn't look good. And that game scheduled right now for tomorrow night in Sumrall. And you can follow the Bobcat social media to know how that game will start tomorrow, what time it'll start. I know that it is senior night. They'll pay tribute to the seniors. Sumrall coming in at 19-2 will be led off by Hayden Barrett. He's playing left field. He'll be followed by Hayes Rayner, the center fielder. Marshall Phillips playing shortstop, batting third. He'll be followed by the pitcher, Hayden Norrid, batting for himself, obviously. Kate Dito bats fifth and plays right field. Levi Odom in the sixth hole playing third base. Then comes Ty Little at second. Andrew Knight playing first base tonight, batting eighth. And then Ethan Altman, the catcher. So for Sumrall, it's Barrett, Rayner, Phillips, Norrid, Dito, Odom, Little, Knight, and Altman. First pitch as we are underway from the left-hander Alec Adam is a strike to Hayden Barrett. Adams going out of the stretch even with the bases empty. That pitch is outside, a ball and a strike. Game was scheduled originally to start at 6:30, but they needed every minute they could get today just to get the field in playable condition, and it looks really good right now considering swing and a miss. Alec Adams, the starting pitcher for the Aggies, has Barrett in a 1-2 count here. To start things off, kicks and delivers, took something off of it, and missed inside 2-2 with Hayes Rayner in the on-deck circle. Sumrall already has clinched the number one spot in the district. They were projected to do that early on and have not disappointed. The 2-2 pitch from Adams swung on and fouled out of play right into the netting, right behind home plate. So playoffs will begin in a couple of weeks, and at that time, our webcasts will shift to the FCAHS network. Those of you that bought a subscription for football, those will be good here during baseball. Here's a pop-up. We'll get into the screen, no play, for the Aggie catcher Chandler Burt, who came back and gave it a look. So the count stays at 2-2 to Hayden Barrett with Hayes Rayner on deck. So again, our usual outlets of Facebook and YouTube will be available to us until the playoffs, and then you'll have to get a subscription to the FCAHS network. And some of you may already have those through football, and if you do, those will be good all the way through the academic year. The 2-2 pitch just missed outside, and the count fills at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Aggie fans thought that one was there. We're just to the left of home plate, so pitches there toward that outer part of the plate we'll have difficulty seeing. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled again into the net. So regardless of what happens here, Barrett has had a good at bat, making Alec Adams throw quite a few pitches, and it is Alec, A-L-E-C, like the Academy Award-winning actor Alec Guinness. That ball is low, so Barrett coaxes a walk out of Adams. We said that was a good at bat because he fell behind 0-2 and worked himself back into the count. So now lefty versus lefty. Alec Adams will get to look at Barrett right in the eye and shortens up that delivery and comes to the plate. High for ball 1. Again, the Aggies and Bobcats will try to finish this series tomorrow at Larry Knight Field, weather permitting. Beautiful bunt put down the third baseline. The only play will be to first. And out at first base. So the sacrifice works, getting Barrett over to second. So Rayner playing some good team baseball. getting him into scoring position, and now here's Marshall Phillips. Waiting for the base umpires to get in their appropriate positions. Three-man crew here tonight in Brooklyn. Great job just getting this field ready to play tonight. Artificial turf at the home plate area, but every other part of the field is natural here in Brooklyn. Strike to Phillips at the belt buckle. Top of the first inning. Game originally slated to start at 6:30, got started a little after 7 here because of maintenance work on the field. JVs for both Forest County and Sumrall tied at 3. That's the third straight JV game that has ended in a tie. So here's Phillips. Barrett in a non-force situation on the bases. Here's a chopper toward third. Freezes the runner, throws to first. Phillips is out. And on the play, Barrett advances to third. So Phillips out on the 5-3. 2 away, and it'll be up to Hayden Norrid to help his own cause here. Christy Martin has already checked in on our text line at 601-310-7077 in her traditional all capital letters. Watching on her iPad or smart TV or something down in Louisiana. That pitch is low to Norrid. Norrid listed in the lineup as a pitcher and a designated hitter. Gives Coach Andy Davis some more flexibility in moving players around and keeping Norrid available. Second pitch from Adams is high, 2-0. Andy Davis down at third. Coach Steve Cooley at first. Coach Cooley and I were talking about, gosh, it was probably 15 years ago when he was coaching an American Legion team, and so was I, actually, and we coached against each other on this very field. That's fouled into the screen. What was unique about that game was that it had to be stopped because there were 2 or 3 cows with their heads over the fence in right field, and we had to move them out of the way in order to get the game going again. 2-1 pitch is low, 3-1. Did you get the move? Jeremy Thompson got it. He wasn't laughing very hard, but 3-1 to Norrid. Runner at third base with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Swung on, and this one is lifted foul out of play to the right side. Forest County chartered as an agricultural high school. The agricultural high schools in the state of Mississippi used to have dorms. And Forest County was one of the last high schools that actually had a dormitory here on campus, which would mean cooking crews and everything else. That one is grounded foul because the students that lived in the dorms obviously had to be fed, so they had practically round-the-clock food service. But the cost of maintaining that type of setup just got to be prohibitive. 3-2 pitch to Norrid. Strike at the knees, a fastball, and down he goes. And Alec Adams makes Norrid a strikeout victim, and the Bobcats go away empty-handed. Here in the bottom of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score, and we will give you the starting lineup now for the Aggies, who come in here 7-14. Blaine Palmer, the designated hitter, will lead off. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Miles Green. Alec Adams, the pitcher that just got that strikeout, he'll bat third. He's followed by the first baseman, Wade Riles. Mason Shows, the third baseman, who had a put out there in the top of the first. He bats fifth, followed by Aaron Morgan, the shortstop. Jason Garner, the center fielder, hitting in the 7 hole, followed by Avery Sledge, the right fielder. And then the number 9 hitter for Coach Gatlin Steelman is Darius Rankin in left field. So for the Aggies, it's Palmer, Green, Adams, Riles, Shows, Morgan, Garner, Sledge, and Rankin. Miss Shirley Haddix is watching from her home tonight and won't have to worry about any foul balls coming into the driveway. Ginger and David Berry are also watching and cheering on the Bobcats from their couch. Once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat. I guess that means once a Lion, always a Lion, too, is Zane up there in Scuba, playing for the Lions in the toughest league in America, the MACCC. So Norrid and Altman doing their thing, getting ready for the Aggies here in the bottom of the first inning. Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's with 2 locations to serve you, one in Bellevue and one in Sumrall. Open early every day to make sure you get a fresh cup of coffee from a wide variety of different flavors. Also a wide variety of fuels to make sure that you can keep moving and stay on the go, whether it's your automobile vehicle or any other type of recreational vehicle. Dandy Dan's has the fuel that keeps you going, and proud to be with us here on the Bobcat webcasts all season long. So Blaine Palmer will lead it off here in the bottom of the first. The Aggies in their all black uniforms, trimmed in gray with maroon accents. So here we go. The Sumrall defense is pretty much as it has been. Odom in at the elbow at third. Phillips deep at short, Little at second, and Knight tonight over at first base. And the first pitch is low to Blaine Palmer. These two teams scheduled to play again tomorrow night, but again, Mother Nature may have other things in store. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Second pitch is inside, nearly hit him, and it caromed right straight back to the playing area as this concrete cinder block backstop here rolled it right back toward the catcher's area. 2-0 pitch, and that one did hit him. And Norrid traditionally is a slow starter. He has a tendency to start pretty slowly and then settle in and settle down. But Miles Green, the second baseman, comes up now. With Alec Adams, the pitcher, on deck. The Aggies in the first base dugout. Bobcats over here to our left. They play him to go the opposite way just slightly. Rayner shaded toward right. First pitch, swing and a miss. And I mean, he about air conditioned this place with that swing. That was a mighty effort. No wind at all, calm night. A little moist. Started to turn around and show bunt, but pulled it back. 1-1 now to the Aggie second baseman. Sumrall, yet another district championship. And ranked number 1 in the state in this classification. With a 19-2 record, throw over to first base is in time. Java Mo's another one of our webcast sponsors with their new location right across from the Pearl River Community College campus on Old Highway 11. Showing bunt and pulling back again, and the ball gets away from Altman, and streaking down to second base is Blaine Palmer. So the Aggies have a man at second with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. We're scheduled for 7 tonight. Yeah, you don't even have to get out of your car to get that cup of Joe. Just drive through your favorite location of Java Mo's. 2-1 pitch to Miles Green. That's a strike right at the knees, a beauty. Norrid pretty tall, so coming off of that mound, he can be pretty intimidating. Can throw from a couple of different slot angles. Hayes Rayner in center over there. Man, he is shaded way over to the right field side. All kinds of room over Phillips's head at shortstop. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. So he walked Palmer, and he certainly doesn't want to give Miles Green a free base here. As the Aggies bat here in the bottom of the first under the influence of the lights now in Brooklyn. The Aggie fans right up there among the most loyal and boisterous in the State for sure. 3-2 pitch is a fastball on the inside corner, and Miles Green thought it was ball 4, but he goes back to the dugout, victim of a strikeout. And that call probably could have gone either way, but Green is retired, and here's Alec Adams now, a left-handed pitcher that bats right-handed, which is less common than the other way around. There's a lot more guys that throw right-handed but bat left-handed. It's not very often, though, that you see a guy who throws from the left side but bats from the right side. Ricky Henderson used to do that in the major leagues. As you see the first strike there to Adams. Wade Riles is on deck for the Aggies here in the bottom of the first. You can continue to check in with us in our text line like Pat Russell is from the 601. Pat Russell watching tonight. We'd love to hear from you. That's always a lot of fun to see where you are. That Purvis game set an all-time viewing record, that 14-inning marathon. Purvis and Poplarville will try to finish up their series playing at PRC at Dub Herring Park down there on the campus of Pearl River, which is where NORAD will be next year. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball and got just a piece of it. And bounces right back here behind home plate. Altman gets the baseball back. It's the home plate umpire. Check it out. NORAD ahead in the count here to the number 3 hitter, Alec Adams. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled into the screen. So the count stays 0-2. Sumrall looking for its 20th win of the year against just 2 losses. Again, the only losses to South Panola and Madison Ridgeland Academy. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. There's a grounder into left field. That's a base hit. Barrett comes up throwing. Odom will cut it off. So Palmer will have to pull the parachute at third. And a single for Adams puts runners at the corners. And here's Wade Riles, the first baseman. Altman out to settle down NORAD. Levi Odom rather, at third base, in on that corner. As we've got a righty-righty matchup here. In fact, the first 4 hitters for the Aggies are right-handed. That pitch is low. So the Aggies making a little bit of noise here on their home field in inning number 1. Throw over to first and runner back in time. Besides the game tomorrow night, Bobcats are slated to play West Jones up in Soso. Now they've got a man in between first and second. They'll try to keep that runner at first base. Andy Davis upset that Marshall Phillips did not throw the baseball. They were trying to get the guy from third to break for the plate. That was public enemy number 1, but that didn't happen. So as it turns out, everybody's safe. Let's see if the Aggies capitalize on a mental mistake there by Sumrall. Here's a little floater out toward right field, but twisting foul. So a ball, a strike, and an out now for NORAD facing Wade Riles. Mason Shows, the third baseman, on deck. Shows not very big physically, but he's got a rifle of an arm at third base. Runner going again. This time they have him in a pickle. Same thing that they had before. Phillips will go to Knight. Knight tags him out, and the runner holds at third. So a big out there for the Bobcats. You noticed in that rundown, they really were checking Blaine Palmer closely at third to see if he breaks too far toward the plate, and if he does, they were going to go after him and try to tag him out. But now Riles behind in the count 1-2. I think Riles thought that he might have been out. He thought the count was 0-2 before that pitch. But it was 1-1. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Right now it appears that Purvis is the number 2 team in the division, which again, that's not necessarily a big surprise either. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. No runs on one hit. One man left on base. We've completed one here in Brooklyn tonight. No score between the Aggies and the Bobcats. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. We head to the top of the second inning. Dito, Odom, and Little for the Bobcats. Sumrall Bobcat Baseball on the web, sponsored by Recommended Collision Repair. We hope that you never have a need to get your car fixed, because that means that you were in some type of collision. But recommended, rec with a W, recommended. Collision Repair is the place to go. Casey Long's Alpha Insurance Agency. We thank them for their support. Casey Long, quite a baseball player in his time. Rainforest Car Wash. Don't forget, every time you get an oil change, you get a free car wash. Rainforest, so good at what they do, opening some new locations in the southern part of the state. Real South Hunting also with its sponsorship, and ComSouth Business Communications, in the business of communicating for over 50 years, and a big supporter, longtime supporter of Sumrall Bobcat Athletics. So here's Cade Dito to face Alec Adams. Adams going from the stretch with the bases empty. The first pitch is swung on. Here's a drive to right field. Moving over to his right and over his head and into the corner. I'm not sure that the right fielder, Avery Sledge, had a very good look at that ball as it came off of the bat, because he was kind of plodding along, but by the time he picked it up, he realized that he had been beaten deep. So Dito is at second, and here's Odom. Anything hit to the right side, ideally, Dito will be moving. Anything to the left side, he'll have to hold, swing and a miss. So if he gets something that he can take the opposite way, that would move Dito to third with ease. Levi Odom with Ty Little on deck. Ty hitting seventh in the order. I like these tops that the Bobcats have on, and I've always thought blue and yellow was a really, really good combination. There's a strike on the corner. Raymond McRaney is watching tonight. So is Truvy. They're watching from the tin roof in Rusty, Mississippi. I wonder where Rusty is. Odom with a little bit of condensation on those glasses, wants to reset here. So Raymond's up to his old tricks. You know, he was playing it pretty straight for 2 or 3 games, but now he's got jokes again. 1-2 pitches fouled back. Count stays 1-2. We haven't heard from the Melby crew tonight. I'm sure they'll be checking in. And the Gum Pond Ditos are actually in the crowd tonight. Pulled us aside before the game and had some very kind words that they enjoy our webcasts. Nothing like it in person, though. That pitch is high, 2-2. Gum Pond, a suburb of Lumberton. Or maybe it's the other way around. Lumberton may be a suburb of Gum Pond. Bobcats threatening to take the lead here in the top of the second with Dito at second and nobody out. He's taking off. Throw to third, not in time. And the count is full to Levi Odom, 3-2. You can follow Sumrall Bobcats on social media at Sumrall Athletics on Twitter. That's a good place to keep track of what's going. Andy Davis, Coach Andy Davis, has his own Twitter account as well. So if you're ever in doubt as to whether a game is on, what time the games start, what have you, Sumrall Athletics is what to follow on social media. 3-2 pitch, swung on. Here's a drive toward left center field. That ball is back. That ball is at the base of the fence. Odom with a double. He goes in there standing up. Dito scores easily. And it's 1-0 Rawcats. Back-to-back doubles. Odom with an RBI, and we've been talking about how he's been due. And here's Ty Little now, who will switch around and hit right-handed against the left-hander Alec Adams. Andrew Knight in the lineup tonight at first base. He's on deck. Sumrall batting here in the top of the second. First pitch, shows bunt, puts it right out in front. Nobody covering first base, and Little is safe with an infield single. That's frustrating for Chandler Burt. The catcher was there to make the play, but nobody to throw it to. So it'll go in the books as a single. And advancing to third on the play is Levi Odom. So here's Andrew Knight, who had him a night last week against Purvis. Well, he and Sibley put together quite an effort in that 14-inning win. First pitch is high and away. He'll be followed by Ethan Altman. 1-0 Sumrall here in the top of the second inning, scheduled for 7. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. I say scheduled for 7 because we did 7 times 2 last week. I'm not sure my voice is still fully recovered after talking for a little over 4 hours straight. Runner going, 2-2 pitch is a strike right there, but no throw by Burt. Little advances to second, so he will advance if Odom advances, but he can only do what Levi Odom does ahead of him. The next pitch tonight. There's a strike. Working the inner part of the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. Swing and a miss. Took something a little bit off, but Knight was ahead of that pitch. So he's down on strikes. There's one away with 1 man in. And here's Ethan Altman. Altman handling the catching chores tonight. The Aggies will now come in to try to cut a run off at the plate. Talk about high risk, high reward. First pitch is high, ball 1. The advantage, of course, of pulling the infield in is if that runner does break for the plate, a ground ball would theoretically have them out by a mile, but you give up a lot of ground if that ball is hit too hard. As safety bunt, throw to first base. This time they are covering, but Odom scores on the play. And an RBI for Altman. Advancing to third on the play is Little. And here's Tweeter now, or Big Pug. Or we haven't heard from Uncle Ernie tonight either. First pitch to Barrett is low and away. The Morales family, they're watching from home tonight. Usually they're on the move a good bit, aren't they? They have been on the move a lot. First pitch, this is a high pop-up. And just lands outside the field of play. That would be Tessa Morales. Sumrall has plated 2 here in the second. Norred struggled just a hair in the top of the first inning, but the Aggies could not convert. Barrett here in the second inning already, his second at bat. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Here's a high fly ball to right field. Over to make the catch is Avery Sledge, and that'll do it for the Bobcats. But they do come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in Brooklyn tonight. It's the Bobcats 2, the Aggies nothing. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Kelly Sander with Jeremy Thompson back with you tonight in Aggie Land. In Brooklyn, home of the Forest County Aggies. Great, rich football tradition here. Once upon a time, about 100 years ago, the head football coach here was Perry Wheat, who of course finished his career at Purvis, a Lamar County school. Coach Davis's parents are watching tonight from Smith County. They love those Bobcats. So do Judy and Huey Thompson. Thanks for all you and Jeremy do so that we're able to see the games. Well, I got news for you. Jeremy does about 95% of the work. He and his dad. First pitch swinging here is Mason Shows, and he fouls it out of play. I thought they played Careless Whisper there. It was the same walk-up music as K. Dito, isn't it? He changed it, however. Check swing, but he went around. 0-2 now to Shows. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Aaron Morgan, and then the center fielder, Jason Garner. Sumrall leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. That pitch is high and away. Norwood with that additional little leg kick there, thinking that might get it where it needed to be. The 1-2 pitch. Got just a piece of it and tapped it foul back behind home plate. 1-2 the count to the leadoff hitter as the Aggies bat here in the bottom of inning number 2. Tomorrow night the seniors will be honored. That's if we're able to get that game in. Again, the weather forecast looks pretty sketchy. 1-2 pitch and hit him right in the middle of the back. That's the second batter that's been plunked by Norwood. In fact, last inning, he hit the first man up to the plate, Blaine Palmer. So here's Aaron Morgan. We'll see if the Aggies work toward the big inning or if they'll try to nibble away with maybe a sacrifice bunt here. Let's see how they play it on this righty versus righty matchup. Swung on. That bat is broken and goes flying out of play. And they record a 6-4-3 double play. But I think while the action was going on in the field, people didn't see Aaron Morgan's bat break and go flying over the Sumrall dugout and out of play. But again, 6-4-3 on the double play. Bases empty, 2 outs. Raymond McRaney commenting on the text line that the clouds in right field look menacing, and they do indeed, but again, no rain projected. Here's a drive to left center field. That ball is well hit. That ball is back. That ball is off the fence. Jason Garner rushes into second base with a 2-out double. And thank goodness for that 6-4-3 double play. Otherwise, that would have plated some runs. Here's Avery Sledge, now the right fielder, batting with a runner on second and 2 away. Here in the second. That's always kind of alarming when you see a bat that was broken like Morgan's just go flying through the air. Luckily, it was going toward a low populated area there, because the last thing you'd want to see is a unattentive youngster or somebody like that get hit in the head with flying timber. First pitch to Sledge is a breaking ball and fouled over to the right side. Avery Sledge, as in Sister Sledge, the big disco act of the 1970s. Not very many people remember Sister Sledge. You got to be old like me. But We Are Family was big on the disco charts back in the day. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Beautiful pitch. Right between the knees and belt buckle. And I'm not sure that Altman was really expecting a heater there. And Odom will also come in and find out what's going on. 0-2 to Avery Sledge. Should he reach, then Darius Rankin would come to the plate. Here in Brooklyn. Forest County has had some great football coaches over the years. We mentioned Perry Wheat, Lance Mancuso at Bassfield used to coach here. Larry Dolan, who the field house is named after. He's now down at d'Iberville. In fact, the Aggies' last state championship in football came under the watchful eye of Larry Dolan. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on base. We've completed 2 here in Brooklyn tonight. It's the Bobcats 2, the Aggies nothing. Back in a moment, you're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Hayes Rayner, Marshall Phillips, and Hayden Norred to come to the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. We mentioned the JV teams played to a 3rd consecutive tie. Rayner put down a sacrifice bunt his first at bat. He put in that number 2 hole about 4 games into the season and really has not come out of it. He responded well. In the first 4 games, the Aggies really couldn't find, the Bobcats really couldn't find anybody that was comfortable in that 2 hole. There's a strike. Marshall Phillips on deck with grandfather Charlie Phillips sitting right next to us here tonight. That pitch is high. 1-1. Lefty versus lefty, the matchup here. You don't see that very often at the high school level. Alec Adams on the hill for the Aggies. Swung on. Here's a grounder to second base. Should be routine, although Rayner flies. And he's out on the 4-3 putout. 1 out here in the 3rd. Second baseman for the Aggies, Miles Green, making that play. So here's Marshall Phillips, who grounded to 3rd in his first at bat tonight. First pitch from Adams is swung on and fouled into the screen. It was right there. And that's one Marshall Phillips would like to have back. Theoretically, the district season was to end tomorrow night, that final game with the Aggies, but there's that one little dangling game out there with Poplarville. At Poplarville, 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And really, if you look at the district this year, I think the biggest disappointment would have to be Poplarville. I think the Hornets were projected to do much better than they have been, but they have not played up to expectations. The 0-2 pitch to Phillips. Swung on, got a piece of it, and put it out of play over to the right side. The wind has never really been a factor here tonight. And as far as ballparks in the district go, this is one of the smallest ballparks in the district. The 0-2 pitch took something off of it. Phillips ruined it again. No balls and 2 strikes for the Sumrall shortstop. He'll be followed by Norred. As the Bobcats bat here in the top of the 3rd inning. A lot of you have already checked in. We're always glad that you're with us. We kind of consider this a family affair. Breaking ball just floated outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Marshall Phillips. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fought off again. Phillips can be used in a wide variety of positions, but has anchored that shortstop position, but can pitch. His athleticism lets him do just about anything, including catch, and he did catch quite a bit, in fact, as a younger player coming up into the high school ranks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Outside, count fills up now at 3-2 to Phillips. His dad, Perry, named after Perry County. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on. That's a shot right back up the middle. And wisely, Alec Adams kind of ducked his head, or he might have had some dental work coming. But that's a base hit. And Phillips is a terrific runner, so you'd expect him to be on the go at about any time. And here's Norred, who struck out his first time up. With Marshall Phillips' dad being named after Perry County, you have to wonder if Marshall was named after Marshall County. First pitch to Norred is outside. In fact, all of Marshall's uncles were named after counties in Mississippi. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Norred. That pitch is outside. In fact, his late uncle Forrest Phillips was actually named after Nathan Bedford Forrest, or Forrest County. 2-0 the count to Norred with Cade Dito on deck. They're watching in Melby tonight. Splinter just texted in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Wow, that was kind of a golf swing, almost like a sand wedge. Tried to get out of the way. Phillips rounds second, goes to third, and that ball is nearly thrown into the dugout. And on the throw, Norred will scamper down to second base. So that'll be a hit and an error. Wow. Honestly, that was not the prettiest swing, but it was effective. I mean, it got out into left field, and it really was almost like a sand wedge. The ball was way inside, and he kind of swung at it like a golf club and into left field. So here's Dito. On the play, Phillips advances to third. Norwood is second, so again, they'll be credited with a hit and an error. The Aggies will be charged with an error. And the first pitch to Dito is outside. Dito doubled his first time at bat. Sledge was beaten on the hit out toward right field. And that's fouled into the screen. The way that my dad used to describe that hit by Hayden Norwood is he'd say, well, it might not have been pretty, but at least it was a date, right? Second and third, one out here for the Bobcats, trying to extend a 2-0 lead. Dito swinging a miss. Late decision there, pulled the trigger late, and is behind now 1-2. He'll be followed by Levi Odom. Phillips is at third. Liam Munn running for Norred is at second as he fights that one off. Dito stays alive. The district champions Sumrall Bobcats, yet another ho-hum baseball district championship. Alec Adams, the big, lanky left-hander for the Aggies, trying to wiggle his way out of this one. Pitches inside, took something off of it, and a strike on the inside corner. Dito was fooled badly, and he goes down on strikes. 2 away, and here's Levi Odom now, who doubled his last at bat. So runners will be moving on any contact here. Should Odom reach, then Ty Little would come back to bat. Getting to talk to Ty earlier this year, he said, man, I got to talk to you. And I said, what's up? He goes, you're telling everybody on TV that I'm some kind of wild man. And I said, and he said, well, I am, but people don't need to know it. Here's Odom with a 1-0 count. Odom just trying to find a hole somewhere. It would most likely plate 2 Sumrall runs. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Bobcats leave runners stranded on second and third. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the third here in Aggie land. It's the Bobcats 2, the Aggies nothing. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Darius Rankin, Blaine Palmer, and Miles Green will be the Aggie offerings in the bottom of the third inning to face Hayden Norred. Sumrall leading 2-0 and had a great opportunity there to at least play another one, but couldn't get him across, stranding him at second and third. So here in the third inning, Darius Rankin comes to the plate for only his first at bat. And then they'll go back to the top of the order. Darius Rankin, good-looking athlete from the right side. First pitch, and he just tapped it foul at the plate. 0-1. This thing with the Phillips naming all the kids after counties, sooner or later, if that Phillips trend continues, they're going to be forced to name one of the kids Issaquina. You understand? Or Octibaha, yes. Tishomingo is still available, yes. Issaquina Phillips. 1-1 pitch, fastball right there. Of course, former state representative Hank Lott, who's a big Sumrall fan and a Bobcat Diamond Club member. His son is named Stone, and that's another county. There's a foul tip, strikeout at the plate. Rankin is out. Richard Thompson is watching from the birthplace of Elvis tonight. I've been to that little house. I didn't know it had internet capability. Oh, I don't think he meant literally the house that Elvis was born in, but I think maybe Tupelo. So here's Blaine Palmer now, bases empty and one away. Swung on, first pitch swinging high, pop up to the infield. Phillips is measuring it, and he's got it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And here's Miles Green. Green struck out looking in his only other at bat tonight. Again, Norred headed to Pearl River Community College. They're nationally ranked in the top 10 this year. Cross Sibley of Sumrall headed to Jones. Breaking ball in there for a strike, where he will be reunited with Larry Knight. The 0-1 pitch, another breaking ball, another strike. Marshall Phillips, who I understand, has been offered by both schools, but don't know that there's a definitive answer from Marshall yet. The 0-2 pitch struck him out on all 3 breaking balls. Green is out, and so too the Aggies in the third. They go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 3 in Brooklyn tonight. It's the Bobcats 2 and the Aggies nothing. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Our webcast made possible in part by a sponsorship from State Farm insurance agent Stacy Clark. She's located in Prentice. Get in touch with Stacy to find out how you can stretch your premium dollars by combining your auto and home policies. Both her sons, Sam and Sully, came up through the Sumrall program, and we appreciate Stacy Clark's support. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Little, Knight, and Altman. Sounds like a law firm here. To bat for Sumrall in the top of the fourth inning, leading 2-0. Bobcats have 2 runs on 5 hits. The Aggies, no runs on 2 hits. And the Aggies have been charged with 1 error. Little singled his first time up and wound up being stranded at third. That was just last inning. So Sumrall's getting their licks in. They're just not scoring as many runs. There's a strike. Little switch hitting right-handed against the left-handed throwing Alec Adams. And you know, when you wear that Bobcat uniform, you get just about every team's best pitcher. That's outside. A ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's laced out of play to the right side. Some of the teams that are in Sumrall's district in football are not in the baseball district. Baseball districts have fewer number of teams than football. Here's the 1-2, and that's just low, 2-2. The Aggie fans thought that one was there. Little hitting 7th in the order for Andy Davis. We mentioned his folks are watching up in Smith County, the Taylorsville area. Swung on and just knocked it foul. They're coming up into watermelon season up there in Smith County. I've always wondered if you grew a watermelon just over the Smith County line and one just over the Covington County line, if the Smith one would really taste better than the Covington one. 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled out of play. So a good at bat here for Little regardless of the result. But who's ever done the marketing for Smith County watermelons has done a great job. But yeah, if they were grown in Winnipeg, Canada, if you said they were from Smith County, they'd buy them. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Took something off it, slung a chopper to short. And that's a boot. Shortstop Aaron Morgan thought that ball was going to come up into the glove, and probably under normal circumstances it would, but this dirt is so soft because of all the rain that has fallen. It was probably going to be a tough play anyway, but because he booted it, he'll be charged with an error. Here's Knight now, who struck out swinging his first time. Throw to first. They've got him in a rundown, but he was actually went on first movement, which is what you should do with left-handers, and never hesitated. And steals second base. What a play. The best thing that Little did was not hesitate. He took off and never slowed down. The old adage that he who hesitates is lost. Well, he got second base because he never hesitated. So now Knight doesn't have to worry about bunting him over unless they want to play small ball to get him to third, where a sacrifice fly or something like that would get him home. Sumrall scored the 2 runs in the second inning. They're batting in the fourth. Alec Adams now a little bothered by Little at second. He'll have to get focused and get after Andrew Knight here. First pitch, breaking ball and a nice one in there for strike 1. Usually in a pitching series, the pitchers will want to start off with the fastballs to get ahead of the hitter. But right there, he threw Knight a beautiful change of pace. And Knight let it go by. The 0-1 pitch, there's the fastball. And he fouled it away. So Knight in an 0-2 hole here with Ethan Altman on deck. Glad that you're with us tonight. One of the few games in town, to be sure. With all the rain we've had, a miracle that this game's getting to be played. The 0-2 pitch, high and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Andrew Knight, the youngest of the 3 Knights. You got Austin, Alex, and Andrew. And we talked about the Odoms having all the L's in their family. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Took something off of it again. And Knight is retired on strikes. 1 away, runner at second, and here's Ethan Altman. Altman actually put down the safety squeeze bunt his last at bat. And now Altman wants time at the plate. He was ready to go, but Alec Adams just continued to peer into his battery mate Chandler Burt for a signal. First pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like he was trying to go the other way with a fastball that was out over the plate. Which that's, if you're going to swing that one that's out there over that side of the plate, you want to go the other way to try to lessen the chance of a fly ball being hit. The easiest out in baseball. 0-1 pitch is outside, and Burt wants to go to the mound and talk this one over. 4:30 and 6:30, as we understand it right now, the starting times for tomorrow night's game. But again, the weather forecast doesn't exactly look like Miami Beach tomorrow. It looks more like Seattle, but we'll see. Hope we can get it in because the seniors will be honored tomorrow night. 1-1 pitch. Strike on the outer part of the plate. Same location that Altman swung at before. 1-2 the count to the Sumrall catcher. Hayden Barrett on deck as Sumrall bats here in the top of the 4th. You see Old Glory there limp in center field. Not even a wisp of wind here tonight. And no cows with their heads over the outfield fence. With that big fishing pond that you see in front of the school as you pull in the parking lot. But there's some nice ones in there. So Alec Adams really being bothered by Ty Little, the runner at second base. Here's the pitch, swing, and Altman was able to stay alive with a foul tip. A ball and 2 strikes. Coach Gatlin Steele getting the umpire some fresh leather. Nice crowd on hand here. The Aggies always support their teams. Got fans all the way behind us, down the right field line into where their batting cage area is. 1-2 the count. Alec Adams checks the runner, comes home, and again, Altman fights off an outside corner pitch. A lot of foul balls hit here tonight. Two starting pitchers still in there, and why not? It's just a 2-0 game. The 1-2 pitch, outside. Tried to get Altman to chase that one a little. It was just out and up. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Altman. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Aggies. Runner going, swung on, and there's a little looper into shortstop. And because Little was running on the play, the ball was caught and an easy double play. So that's it for the Bobcats in the 4th. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error. And as it turns out, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Brooklyn. It's the Bobcats 2, the Aggies nothing. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Thursday night in Brooklyn. Sounds like a Woody Allen movie, but Kelly Sander along with producer engineer Jeremy Thompson with you tonight as the Aggies come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Alec Adams, Wade Riles, and Mason FCAHS. From the 601, let's go Hayden Riley. Love B. Wonder if that's Hayden Norrid, Hayden Barrett. We might have a middle name on one of these guys. So here's Adams. He singled his first at bat. He's got one of the two Aggie hits tonight. Norred in the first inning beaned the leadoff hitter. In the second inning, he beaned the leadoff hitter. Things a little bit better in inning number 3 where he struck out Darius Rankin, who was in that leadoff spot. Swung on. Here's a towering pop-up. Second base. Ty Little is there to glove that one. And very quickly, there's one away. And here's Wade Riles now, who struck out swinging his first at bat. He's the cleanup hitter for Coach Gatlin Steelman, playing first base. The Bobcat outfield has been consistently playing the Aggies to go the other way. All kinds of room in left center. First pitch was a ball. That one's fouled out of play. Ball and a strike now to Wade Riles. The third baseman, Mason FCAHS, will bat next. That's high. But again, because this concrete backstop, some of those will carry them right back to the catcher. Scoreboard has a 1-0 count, but I've got it at 2-1. Norred quickly with the sign. That's high. 3-1 now, according to my count. And that's what the umpire has as well. We rely on the scoreboards too much sometimes. The umpire again flashing 3-1, hoping that the scoreboard will change it. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Now we're full at 3-2. Aggies batting in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 pitch. Inside. So a 1-out walk to Wade Riles. Now batting for your Forest County Aggies, number 12, Mason FCAHS. We understand that Hayden Riley is Hayden Barrett's middle name. But normally you only get those when the middle name when you're in big trouble, right? What's your middle name, Jeremy? Jeremy Dalton Thompson. JD. There's a pitch in there for a strike to FCAHS. He got hit by a pitch his last time up. Bobcats would love to get a crisply hit ground ball right at somebody here and try to roll two. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball missed. A ball, a strike, and an out. Now just a little bit of a wind picks up to the blowing out toward the lone oak in right field. Well, I take that back. There's two out there. One more in right center, one right down the line. Beautiful, majestic oaks out there. The 1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1. Aaron Morgan, the shortstop, on deck for the Aggies here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one might have been low, but he went after it. Now, interestingly, as Riles looks at a 2-2 count, they're shading Rayner to more straight up center field. The 2-2 pitch. Missed outside, 3-2. Swing and a miss, a big 3-2 pitch, and he strikes out FCAHS. Wow. That was really important, because now there's a runner on first with 2 outs, but had he walked him there, 2 runners on with 1 out. Of course, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas. Here's Aaron Morgan, who grounded into that 6-4-3 in his only other at bat. Sumrall leading 2-0. We got another pitcher's duel here. There's a strike on the bender. But pleased to report there are some runs on the board. And that Purvis Sumrall game people are still talking about. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball missed high. Norad not real happy with some of the dirt there out on the mound. A ball and a strike. Should Morgan reach, then Jason Garner, the center fielder, would come up. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, tried to fight it off, and did, but fouled it. That was nearly right on his fists. Riles at first with 2 away. He got there via a 1-out walk. The 1-2 delivery. Low. Throw to second base is way off the mark. Very unlike Ethan Altman. That ball sailed on him a little bit. And Riles is into second base, and he's there in scoring position now with 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here. And Norad not happy with that baseball. It's funny how pitchers sometimes get really superstitious about how the laces feel. You know, they have to feel a certain way. Sometimes the laces will be raised. Sometimes the laces will be more flat. Sometimes the ball's a little more moist than others. It's funny how they work. 2-2 pitch. Just inside, 3-2. Aaron Morgan hitting 6th in the lineup. There's a 3-man umpiring crew working this one tonight. Payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Couple of big strikeouts. 7 on the night for Norad. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've completed 4 here in Brooklyn. It's still the Bobcats 2, the Aggies nothing. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and the Bobcats will send their leadoff hitter, Hayden Riley Barrett. Boy, wait till he finds out we know his middle name now. And that B let the cat out of the bag. Barrett has walked and flown to right. Stretching out those legs as Coach Steve Cooley waiting to get a break in the action where he can get over to his first base coaching box. Barrett attempted the bunt, but missed it for strike 1. Barrett followed by Rayner, followed by Phillips. Here in the 5th, Barrett's 3rd at bat already. That's low. 1-1 now to old HR. Playing him straight up in center field. The 1-1 pitch. Boy, that ball was really slowed down. Almost looked like it was moving in slow motion, instant replay. 2 balls and a strike to Hayden Barrett, the Sumrall left fielder. 2-1 pitch. Same speed, same location, same result. Ball 3. So unless it's right there, you'd expect Barrett maybe to lay off it. But that's high, ball 4. So a leadoff man aboard here. And here's Rayner, who has put down a sacrifice bunt and grounded to second base. So we'll see if Andy Davis tries to punch and Judy a run or two across here in the 5th, if they potentially play for a big inning. Rayner showing bunt. The ball gets away from the catcher. Barrett was running anyway. So now Rayner doesn't necessarily have to bunt to get him to second. But that puts Barrett in a non-force situation on the bases. Anything hit to the right side of the infield, to second or first, Barrett would be moving immediately. Left side, he'd have to read it as to whether to stay put or go. 1-0 the count, lefty versus lefty here. Rayner again shows bunt, but pulls back. Two-0 pitch, and that ball was fouled away. So bunt may still be the strategic call here with a 2-1 count to Rayner. Sumrall trying to up a 2-0 lead here. The Aggies and Bobcats always seem to play really good games, close games. There's a check swing charged with a strike. Even if the statistics would say that the games shouldn't be close, the Aggies and Bobcats always seem to play tight baseball games. 2-2 pitch to Rayner. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Burt couldn't get the ball out of the glove. Trying to get Barrett maybe to go to third, but Barrett was pretty much there anyway. So he's there with 1 out, and here's Marshall Phillips now. He is grounded to third and singled. A sacrifice fly would work here with a runner on third and 1 out. Phillips has some of the quickest hands around. If he can get a pitch he likes, he can make a deposit, a left field deposit. Here's inside out swing, high pop down the right field line. Fair ball that was misjudged, so Phillips is in there at second base. I think the Aggies might have thought that that ball was going to be foul, so whether they caught it or not didn't matter. But it sure did. So we don't have an official word as to whether it was a hit. It's an error. an error, two-base error in right field. So here's Norrid now. But the run counts. And of course, that's how winners are determined, who has the most runs. So Phillips is there with one out. Norrid swinging a miss. Count evens out here at 1-1. So 2 for Sumrall in the second, 1 more here in the fifth. A ball and a strike to Norrid with Cade Dito waiting his at bat. Alec Adams, starting pitcher for the Aggies, has pitched well, but a couple of defensive blunders have hurt him here. 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Aggie defense playing Norrid straight away. But 2-1, high and outside, 3-1 now. The Aggies and Bobcats scheduled to play another one tomorrow night in Lamar County. Go from South Forest County to Northwest Lamar County. A 3-1 pitch. Runner going, and that ball's fouled out of play. So Phillips will have to go back. The schools that feed into Forest County AHS, Dixie, the Dixie Yellow Jackets, and the South Forest Rebels. 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on. Here's a little looper into right center field. That ball is down for a hit. Phillips will round third. They'll score easily, and they'll take the short throw to keep Norrid at first base. Liam Munn will come in to run for Norrid, the pitcher. And Gatlin Steelman is out on the hill. Says he doesn't need the catcher, just talking to his pitcher here. 4-0 Sumrall. And with Munn at first base, Dito's the next scheduled hitter. He's already out there. Coach Steelman taking a lot of time, and that'll send the home plate umpire out there saying, okay, let's break this up. Dito has doubled and struck out looking. The lean, mean running machine that is Liam Munn in there at first base again. Of course, he runs a lot. Somebody's got to do it, and it can't be me. Throw back there. Of course, the left-handers get to look those runners right in the eye. Pitch to Dito, swung on inside out and fouled down the first base line. Coach Cooley a little bit late lowering that skirt there to make that fielding play. We're at an hour and 20 minutes into this one now. Dito hitting fifth in the order. Runner going. Again, throw to second. I'm not sure if the throw beat Munn there or not, but the ball came out of the defender's glove, Green's glove, so it doesn't matter. So there's another man in scoring position with one out. The 0-1 pitch, low, 1-1 to Dito. We mentioned the Gum Pond Ditos are in the house tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swung on. Here's a high drive to left center field. Should be playable at the warning track. The ball is caught. Munn will tag up and advance to third. Good throw out there in center field by Jason Garner. He'll be the leadoff hitter for the Aggies in the bottom of the fourth. So Munn advances to third. He's there with 2 outs. And here's Levi Odom, who has doubled and struck out. He's credited with a run batted in tonight. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Should he reach, then Ty Little would come up. Sumrall has put 2 more across here in the 5th inning and lead the Aggies 4-0. There's a strike on the corner. Alec Adams has been really effective changing speeds tonight, and that one barely got across the plate. They're just slow little floaters. Now he comes back with the fastball and missed wide there. 1-2. To Levi Odom. Now the wind silent again. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that does it for the Bobcats, but they come up with 2 runs on 1 hit. There was an error and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th here. Tonight in Brooklyn, it's the Bobcats 4, the Aggies 0. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. So here we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jason Garner, Avery Sledge, and Darius Rankin, the scheduled Aggie hitters to face Hayden Nored. Thanks to our friends at Recommended Auto Collision Repair for their sponsorship of Sumrall Baseball. Also, Real South Hunting, the Alpha Insurance Agency of Casey Long. Breaking ball is swung on and popped out of play, nearly hit the light stand over here to our right. We mentioned Real South Hunting, also Rainforest Car Wash, where you get that free car wash with an oil change. Com South, in the business of business communication. That pitch is low, 2-1. To Garner, he's got one of the 2 hits tonight for the Aggies. It was a double in his only other at bat. That pitch is low, 3-1. Aggies trying to get something going, but it's just this Sumrall pitching staff is just so good, and so many shutouts already thrown this year. I've said it repeatedly to a lot of people that the only team that can beat this Sumrall team is Sumrall itself. Flying down the line is Jason Garner. Man, did he get down that line. And I think Andy Davis wants to know if that ball was a foul ball. And the home plate umpire is going to talk to the first base umpire to see if perchance that ball could be ruled foul. But man, Garner streaking down that line. And that's exactly what you should do, and then you let the umpires sort it out later. But it looked like kind of a excuse me swing, but when he made contact and the ball rolled into fair territory, he just took off. So he's there with one out, and I think that Norred was a little bit delinquent off of the mound because he thought it was foul. But again, you have to play it like it's live. Here's Avery Sledge. First pitch is low, ball one. Sledge struck out swinging in his only other at bat. 7 strikeouts on the night for Norred. The 1-0. That's low, 2-0. But of the 5 innings, and that'll bring Andy Davis to the mound. In the 5 innings that Norred has pitched, the leadoff man has been aboard now 3 of the 5 innings. The leadoff man has been aboard. The Aggies haven't been able to convert, but you don't like that math. The Sumrall Lady Bobcat softball team defeated Forest County 13-2. Softball team now with a record of 20 wins and 3 losses. So it's not just the baseball team that's putting up great records, but the ladies are as well. Congratulations to the Lady Cats. The 2-0 pitch. That's low, 3-0. This is the number 8 hitter with Darius Rankin on deck. The Aggies batting in the bottom of the 5th, trailing Sumrall 4-0. The 3-0 pitch, that one's there. 3 balls and a strike. Boy, Avery Sledge is, you look at this kid, he's got to be 6'4". Throw to first, look out. Runner back in time. They thought they had him rung up. And Garner was trying to get back to the bag, but he might have got a cleat stuck or something where he was a little late getting back there, but still in time. Sledge with a 3-1 count. Throw again over to first. This is a big pitch coming up because you don't want to walk the number 8 guy in the order. There's a strike as he fights that one off, and the count goes full at 3-2. Every time that Norred has had a big pitch to deliver in this game, he has come through. So with a runner on first and nobody out, let's see what happens here. The payoff pitch, too low. Ball 4, so runners on first and second now. With nobody out.
Now the bat, number 20, Darius Rankin.
So Coach Gatlin Steelman has a decision to make here. The number 9 man in the order, Rankin. Do you have him bunt to get 2 runners in scoring position? Do you take your chances here? See how he plays it. Shows bunt and pulls the bat back. And takes a pitch low, 1-0. If Norred struggles too much here, or labors too much, you have to wonder when Andy Davis would make the change. Pickoff play at second. Runner back in time. Garner again nearly rung up. So Steelman flashes the signs at third. We'll see what Rankin does here. Pick off again to second base, but no throw this time. Well, would you think that Ryan Little thinks he's going to bunt? But he's swinging away. And Little quickly backs up. Yeah, that's a dangerous place to be with a hitter swinging away. That would be some major dental work. The next pitch from Norrid. That one high and inside. Norrid certainly doesn't want to put the number 9 guy on. 2-1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second. The 2-1. There's a bunt. Right back to Norrid, and a funky bounce and spin off of the glove. That's an error. An E1. And that loads the bases for the Aggies. Nobody out. And that's it. Norrid is done, and Andrew Knight will come in to relieve him. So Sibley will be activated, so to speak. Oh, Sibley's coming in to pitch. Okay. So Norrid will play first, and Knight will come out. So Sibley, the lefty, normally a starter, gets the call here. And this call to the mound brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Stacy Clark in Prentice. Find out how you can maximize your premium dollars by bundling your auto and home insurance. Like a good neighbor, Stacy Clark in State Farm is there. Back in a moment, the Bobcats' 4-0 lead is in jeopardy here with bases loaded and nobody out. In the 5th, you're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. Well, the Bobcats need some strikeouts here. The inning started out by Garner beating out an infield single on kind of a excuse me swing. Sledge walked, and then Darius Rankin, a ground ball to the pitcher, which should have been a routine out. But it was kicked by Norrid, so the bases are loaded, nobody out, and here comes Blaine Palmer, who has been hit by a pitch and popped out to shortstop. Sumrall leading 4-0, but the Aggies making some major noise here in the 5th. First pitch swung on. This is a little weird spinner toward the bag at first. Sibley did not get there in time. A run is in. And with the spin on that ball, I don't know whether you rule that a hit or an error. But the run is in from third. It's a 4-1 baseball game. Bases still loaded. And here's Miles Green, who didn't have any success at all against Norred. First pitch from Sibley is a ball knocked foul right back behind home plate. 4-1 baseball game now. Bases still loaded. More importantly for the Bobcats, nobody out here. Splinter's going to have to put some more coals on the fire here. That pitch is low, and there's no place to put him, so Sibley can't walk him here. 1-1 the count. By the way, Jeremy, you haven't been invited to any cookouts in Melby, have you? I haven't either. What's the deal, guys? I don't know. The umpire called timeout, but somebody was flashing a flashlight towards Sibley's eyes over there, and very quickly out of the dugout to make sure that stopped. That pitch is inside, 2-1. Miles Green, the number 2 man in the order, followed by Alec Adams. The Aggies have got new life here. 2-1 the count to Miles Green. And again, no place to put him. The 2-1 pitch coming up. Aggies didn't really make any legitimate charge until this inning. Swung on, here's a slow chopper to third. They'll go to first. Throw to first is in time, but another run home. Odom thought about coming to the plate, but wanting to make sure that he got the out. Runners on second and third. And an RBI for Miles Green. And here comes Adams now with runners on second and third. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, he went. Boy, he was badly fooled on that pitch. And a great job by Altman to keep the ball in front of him, because that ball was dancing down and in. Number 3 man on the order. The Aggies have halved the lead here in the 5th inning. Bobcats got 2 in the top half. And the Aggies come back with 2 more here in the bottom half. There's a breaking ball strike. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Foul tip. He got him on strikes. 2 away. And it'll all be up to Wade Riles.
Now the bat for your Forest County Aggies, number 10, Wade Riles.
Riles has struck out and walked. So runners will be going on contact here. Lefty versus righty. So Sibley can start him toward the middle of the plate and maybe work that bender in on him, jam him a little bit, and that's exactly what he did. He swung and missed. Way out over top of that breaking ball. Riles, the cleanup hitter, with runners on second and third and 2 outs here in the 5th. Another breaking ball and another strike. So anything close now, Riles will have to be swinging. He's 0 for 1 officially. The 0-2, high and away. 1-2 tried to get him to go up the ladder to chase that fastball. Rankin at third. Palmer at second. Too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was up just a hair. Sibley back to work. First base is open. Swing and a miss. He got him on that one. And he goes down on strikes. So Sibley comes up with 2 strikeouts to help the cause, but the Aggies come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There's 1 error and 2 men left on base. We go to the top of the 6th inning here in Brooklyn tonight. It's the Bobcats 4, the Aggies 2. This is Sumrall Baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. We go to the top of the 6th inning in Aggie land. It'll be Ty Little.
Batting now, number 28, Ty Little.
And Andrew Knight was the scheduled next man. And then Ethan Altman, 7, 8, and 9. In the Sumrall order here in the top of the 6th. Bobcats leading the Aggies 4-2. And Alec Adams gets back to work for the Aggies. That first pitch is high, ball 1. See what Ty Little's been up to. He singled and was stranded at third. He then reached on an error in the 4th and wound up being doubled off of second base. That ball is shot foul. Beautiful night here in Brooklyn. There were some menacing clouds hanging over right field a little bit earlier tonight. But we're going to be in good shape. 1-1 pitch is low. 2-1. Boy, those black uniforms the Aggies are wearing tonight, you want to hope they put those up as the temperatures get a little hotter. Well, those black uniforms are going to be hot. 2-1 pitch. Here's a chopper toward short. Little's fast, flying down the line, and he's out by half a step. Boy, it is amazing to me how fast Sumrall is as a team. They really get down the line. And here's Sibley now, who was inserted for Knight. Earlier in the year, Sibley was in the lineup, but as the season has worn on, he's been much more used as the pitcher only. But the way he's inserted here, he takes strike 1. Again, Sibley, a left-handed thrower, but a right-handed hitter, which is kind of the exception rather than the rule. That pitch is high and away, 1-1. With Ethan Altman on deck. Base is empty, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Swung on, this one is fouled out of play and hits the aluminum roof of the batting cage over here to our right. Actually rolls back into foul territory. Sibley behind in the count, 1-2. His left-handed counterpart for the Aggies kicks and delivers. Got a piece of it and was able to stay alive. Had Burt hung on to it, Sibley would have been out. The 1-2 pitch from Adams. He got him on strikes. Sibley looking for the bender and got a fastball, so he's down. 2 away.
Now batting number 14, Ethan Altman.
Here's Altman. He's put down a sacrifice bunt, and he is lined out to shortstop. Officially 0 for 1. The sacrifice bunt not counting as an official at bat. First pitch swinging. This one is to right field. Being measured in right and caught rather routinely by Avery Sledge. And the Bobcats go quietly in order in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's a 4-2 ball game. Sumrall leads Forest County. Back in a moment. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Mason Shows, Aaron Morgan, and Jason Garner. That's lefty, righty, righty. To face Cross Sibley here in the 6th. He's on in relief of Norred. With the results of last inning, Norred can only win the game. He cannot lose it. Sibley would get a save if the Bobcats could hang on here. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 to face the Sumrall lefty. Sumrall already claiming the district crown.
Now batting for Forest County Aggies, number 12, Mason Shows.
Shows was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. He struck out swinging in the 4th. And this is his first look at Cross Sibley this season. Shows again hitting in the 5 spot. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. The last thing that Sibley wants to do is give anything away, whether a hit batsman, a walk, anything like that. The 1-0 pitch. High, 2-0. That's sign inside, 3-0. And again, this is the bottom of the 6th for the Aggies. And if Shows reaches, that'll be 4 out of the 6 innings that the Aggies have had their leadoff man aboard. But yet they've only been able to plate 2 runs. So that bodes well for Sumrall's defense. But man, you hate putting that lead man on. The 3-0 pitch. That's high and inside. Ball 4. 4 straight pitches.
Now the bat, number 5, Aaron Morgan.
We said at the top of the webcast that the Aggies and Bobcats always play each other tight. Morgan has grounded into a 6-4-3 double play and struck out swinging. He was the 7th strikeout victim of Norred, and that's the number that Norred finished with tonight. 7 strikeouts. Tries to push bunt and fouls it to the right. Sibley has 2 strikeouts tonight. Obviously, Odom in at 3rd, anticipating the bunt. Throw back to 1st. Sibley with that nearly impossible pickoff move to Reed. And with left-handers, really you have to almost go on first movement. Pitch is outside. 1-1 the count to Morgan with Jason Garner on deck, and Garner has 2 hits tonight for the Aggies, a double and a single. That's high and outside, 2-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As it turns out now, the Bobcats nursing a 4-2 lead. That's there. And I'm not sure that the Aggies might not have been on the take. The pitch to Morgan. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase one that was up out of the zone. 3rd strikeout for Sibley. And here's Garner now. He doubled and singled with a run scored. And he can absolutely flat out fly. Garner is an excellent runner. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. If there were no outs, you would think that with Garner's speed they would try to bunt it, because with Sibley, the left-handed pitcher, he would have to turn all the way around to make that throw to first base. A reverse pivot, as it's called. Breaking ball on the corner for strike 2. Shows at first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th in Aggie land tonight. 0-2 pitch, low and away. Sometimes you can get him to chase high and away, sometimes down and in. 1-2 the count. So Jason Garner, the number 7 man in the order, swing and a miss. Sibley's 4th strikeout. And here is Avery Sledge. He has struck out and walked. Aggies came into this game 7-14. Bobcats looking for their 20th win, like the Lady Bobcat softball team did tonight. There's a foul tip. So between the softball team and the baseball team, if the baseball team can hang on here, their cumulative records would be 40-5. The 0-1. Breaking ball on the corner. Nice one. So 0-2 for Sledge. Should he find a way, then Darius Rankin would come up, the number 9 hitter for Gatlin Steelman. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Southern Miss, a big 4-game set this weekend over in Ruston. Boy, they have been owned by South Alabama this year, though. Their performance in Ruston this weekend will certainly outline what they'll do postseason. Swung on and missed, and they'll throw to first to end the inning. So as it turns out, Sibley strikes out the side and has a total of 5 tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've completed 6 in Brooklyn. It's the Bobcats 4, the Aggies 2. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. So the Bobcats will send the top of the order to the plate here in the top of the 7th. They got 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, and then the Aggies countered with 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Hayden Riley Barrett. He has walked twice and flown to right. No word tonight from Uncle Ernie. We're a little bit concerned. I think that was Aunt B that called in earlier. Or texted in. First pitch to Barrett is right down the middle for a strike. He's got a run scored tonight. It's amazing the number of times that Barrett gets on base, how many times he winds up scoring. A ball and a strike. Alec Adams has gone from the stretch position all night long, whether there have been runners on or not. Normally that's reserved for with runners on base. Normally go from a full windup with nobody on base. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to left field. Not too deep. Hit well, but it stayed in the ballpark and gloved for out number 1.
Batting now, number 1, Hayes Rainer.
Okay, Cats, put some insurance on the board here. Is a text from the 601. Here's Hayes Rainer. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Lefty versus lefty, the matchup. Again, you don't know how this game is going to end up, but Alec Adams has pitched well for the Aggies. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inner part of the plate. Remember, it's not where the catcher catches it. It's where it comes across the plate. So although that might have looked like it was in, and it might have been off of the plate at the end of the pitch, there's another one working the outer side. Good pitch, 1-2. To Rainer with Marshall Phillips on deck. Per usual, you get these district games and low scoring. You just hope we're not going to go 14 tonight. Uncle Ernie has finally checked in with the help of Honeybee. The 2-2 pitch, low, 3-2. Boy, that was close. Charlie Phillips is on probably. That would have been a strike. Anything close. Here's the 3-2. When he kind of fell off balance there. So Hayes Rainer aboard. It's a strike, anything close. And Gatlin Steelman takes the baseball from his left-hander. And he pitched well tonight. Alec Adams being lifted. And the Aggies will make a change. We'll report back to you in a moment. Bobcats batting in the top of the 6th inning, top of the 7th rather, with a man on and a man out. This is Bobcat baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. Back in Brooklyn tonight, Aaron Morgan, who started out as the shortstop for the Aggies. He comes on in relief of Alec Adams. Rayner at first base is Adams' responsibility. But checking the Java Mo scoreboard, Southern Miss Lady Eagles soccer going to the second overtime in the Conference USA semifinals over in Houston, playing the Rice Lady Owls. Of course, Southern Miss men headed to Louisiana Tech this weekend. Big time Billy Garrity, a member of that Southern Miss team. So here's Phillips now. He has grounded to third, singled, and reached on an error. So officially 1 for 3 tonight. And he'll get to face the righty this time, Aaron Morgan. Morgan from the stretch. First pitch to Phillips is position A for strike one. So this is the second pitcher of the night the Yankees have used. Sumrall has used 2 guys. Kind of jammed him inside. And that one might have hit off Marshall's ankle a little bit. He's kind of leaning over in pain a little bit and shaking that right foot. Wasn't that an Academy Award winner? Oh, no, that was my left foot, not my right foot. 0-2 to Marshall Phillips. Hayes Rayner at first base with 1 out here in the 7th. The pitch from Morgan is high. He tried to get Phillips to go. But too disciplined a hitter. Phillips hitting third in the order. Hayden Norrid on deck. Throw to first and a little bit high there. Boy, the campus out here in Brooklyn, just beautiful, beautiful property. The 1-2 pitch. Low, throw to second, and in there standing up is Rayner. So somebody texted in wanting some insurance. Well, there's a man in scoring position. But Phillips has a 1-2 count against, a 2-2 count rather, against him. The pitch, breaking ball outside, 3-2. So what's the old adage? What do the Little League teams say? 3-2, what you gonna do? Walk him, we'll see. First base is open. The pitch, swung on high, pop up. Left field, shouldn't be any trouble. And it's dropped. As soon as I say that, the ball was dropped in left field. That was a can of corn if there ever was one, and Darius Rankin just couldn't hang on to it. Oh boy. So that's another error. But Rayner had to hold at second, thinking that the ball was going to be caught. Phillips got all the way to second on the play. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Man, if you're a pitcher, that just frosts your behind, doesn't it? You throw strikes, plays should be made, and a can of corn, easy pop-up, and it gets dropped. Now, the good news is the Bobcats were the recipients of that benefit, but boy, oh boy, as a pitcher, now you got to throw extra pitches, which is wear and tear on the arm. Norrid has 2 hits tonight. There's a breaking ball. High, 2-0. Aaron Morgan on in relief of Alec Adams. Bobcats batting here in the top of the 7th. Kind of a haze over just a sliver of a moon tonight. High, 3-0. You have to wonder Andy Davis will let him swing away here on 3-0 with a 4-2 lead and runners in scoring position. But he wasn't. If that ball was a cookie that was right there, man, I might bust it. But now Norrid will have to get to work. 3-1 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Challenged him. And he missed it upstairs. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Rayner is at third. Phillips is at second. Plenty of speed on the bases. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball gets away from the catcher. Rayner will score easily. So there's some of that insurance that you asked for. Munn into run for Norred. Advancing to third on the play is Phillips. So runners at the corners, 1 out. And here's K. Dito. Is he a native of Gum Pond? I guess if he was, he would be at Lumberton High School, right?
Now batting number 3, K. Dito.
Lumberton, longtime Lumberton head football coach Zach Jones, recently taking the coaching position at McGee High School. So Lumberton will be in the market for a head coach. Dito has doubled, struck out, and flown to center. Now they've got the man in a rundown between first and second. And I'll just hold the ball and everybody will stay where they are. The Bobcats were trying to lure the Aggies to sleep there and maybe get Phillips home from third. But runners still at the corners with Dito at the plate. That is Munn over there at first base. Sumrall batting in the top of the 7th. These two teams scheduled to play again tomorrow at 6:30 at Larry Knight Field. But again, the weather doesn't look not so good tomorrow. Throw right back to the pitcher. And so unabated, Munn goes to second. 5-2 baseball game. Sumrall leads it. Levi Odom scheduled to hit next. Morgan comes set. Breaking ball strike. Beauty. K. Dito, long, lanky, terrific athlete. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now. But Sumrall has come up with another run. And this inning isn't over yet. But 3 runs against Sibley is going to be a tough order. Chopper toward the first base. Now they go to home. I'm not sure why, because Phillips was not forced at the plate. That'll go as a fielder's choice. And Dito safe at first. Everybody's safe. But you got to get the out at first base there. So the Aggies will pull the infield in again here. Now Odom doubled his first time up. He wound up scoring, but then has a couple of Ks on the ledger. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Odom hitting 6th. The 0-1 just a little bit high. No place to put him. Ty Little on deck. Bases loaded, 1 out. Again, you see the Aggie infield in, where a ground ball, they'll bring it home to get the force. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Boy, Odom was way out ahead of that one. If the Aggies are to have any chance at winning this game, they've got to put this fire out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Odom down on strikes for the third time tonight. 2 away, and it'll be up to Ty Little, who will come up there now hitting left-handed, which is his favorite side to hit from. You've got Phillips at third, Munn at second, Dito at first. With 2 away, 1 run across here for Sumrall. And they lead the Aggies 5-2. 2 outs, runners will be going on contact. Righty versus lefty, the first pitch from Morgan, inside. Nearly hit him. But I'm not sure it would have hurt the baseball more than anything else. Little is solid. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, here's a drive to center field. Being tracked though in center, Garner is there to make the catch. And that's that. Little hit it well, but Garner was equal to the task. 1 run on no hits. There was 1 error and 3 men left on base. We go to the last chance 7th. It'll be up to Cross Sibley and the Bobcat defense to keep the Aggies at bay. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Bobcats 5, the Aggies 2. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. Darius Rankin, Blaine Palmer, and Miles Green. 9-1-2 to face Cross Sibley in the bottom of the 7th here in Aggie Land. Darius Rankin has struck out and reached on an error. And Cross Sibley, can't remember any time in his career where he's given up 3 runs in an inning, and that would be just to tie it. The Aggies have but 4 hits tonight. Alec Adams has a single. Jason Garner has a single and a double. And the only other single is by Blaine Palmer, the man on deck. There's a strike. 0-1 to Darius Rankin. Sibley working quickly. That's off the plate. 1-1. We hope that if you are in need of the services that our sponsors provide, that you will keep them in mind and thank them for putting their money where their mouth is and making the Bobcat webcasts possible. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to Darius Rankin. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 6th strikeout now for Sibley on in relief of Norred. So 1 away. And here is Palmer.
Blaine Palmer.
He's 1 for 2 with a hit pitch. He's also popped to short and singled where he was stranded at second base. First pitch from Sibley. Breaking ball, way ahead of that one. Yikes. Miles Green on deck. Aggies trying to erase this 5-2 deficit. That pitch is outside. Palmer, the designated hitter. Not often that you see a DH in the leadoff spot. Swing and a miss. Statistically, in the big leagues, what position leads off more than any other position? Would you think? Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 outs, bases empty. As Miles Green comes to the plate, he struck out a couple times. He's also grounded to third, but on that play, he notched an RBI. Sibley with 7 strikeouts now, and that matches Norred's total tonight. First pitch is a breaking ball strike. Man, really fooled him on that first pitch. Sibley with some really good stuff. Didn't swing that time. It was the same pitch. He wants to get an appeal to first. The answer, statistically, the position that leads off more than any other position, you say second base, Jeremy? Center field. Center field. In the big leagues, more center fielders lead off than any other position. That's outside 2-1. Bases empty, 2 away. Should Green reach, then Alec Adams would come up to bat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. And Miles Green is a second baseman. That's a good guess, though, Jeremy. Second base. There's a strike. Count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sumrall trying to slam the door and garner the 5-2 victory. The pitch. Fouled away. Over to the right side, so Green stays alive, albeit maybe temporarily. The only defensive change the Bobcats made all night long was Knight came out when Norred came into play first from pitching. 3-2 pitch. He swings and misses. The 8th strikeout of the night. Sibley records the save and preserves the win for Norred. Final score, Sumrall 5, Forest County 2. These two teams scheduled again to play tomorrow night at 6:30 at Larry Knight Field, weather permitting. If the weather is a little auspicious, then you can find Sumrall Athletics on social media to find out if the game will be played, what time it will start, etc. But that'll do it tonight from Brooklyn. Again, the Bobcats 5, the Aggies 2. For producer-engineer Jeremy Thompson, I'm Kelly Sander, thanking all of our sponsors and thanking you for watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's.